Hi, hi, hi. So sorry I'm late. I got caught up on the phone speaking with a friend, but that's not the reason I'm late. I'm late because I was not prepared. I was disorganized. You're home from school for a break, and so I figured I didn't have to really be ready exactly at noon, but I should have. Anyway, I'm going to start today off, as I always do, with a temperature check. "97.7. Looks good to me. I hope you're feeling fine today. I've read this story before, and if you've paid careful attention to sometimes when I scan the room, you've seen these magnets on the front door. They go along with this story that I've read a couple of times. Love You Forever. You know, it's time for me to take a little sippy sip of some blood orange salsa. Hold on a second. That's delicious. This theme is about love. Remember, I said I would read part of this to you, the chapter book, because it was the first book that I read by myself. First chapter book was A Sunday with Judy. Second chapter book that I read and loved was Charlotte's Web. Well, this is also a book that I love, and it's all about love. Love You Forever by Robert Munsch, illustrated by Sheila McGraw. I have given this book as gifts to colleagues and to children. I gave it to a colleague who burst out in tears because I had gotten it for her in Spanish language version, and she gave it to her mom who could only read Spanish. This is a Firefly book that was first published in 1986. Here's the dedication page to Ann Munch and Andrew, Julie, Taya, Sam, and Gilly Munch, and to my mom and dad, Thomas John Munch, 1912 to 2005, and Margaret McKay Munch, 1914 to 2006. If I turn it this way, okay, before it wouldn't let me turn. Is it better like this? I think I like it better like this. Oh, nope, it's telling me I can't turn my phone while I'm recording. I wonder why. Okay. Oh, look at this. And look, I've got a magnet, so we'll put that one first. A mother held her newborn baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." She and her baby. Yep, it's a match. The baby grew and grew. He grew until he was 2 years old. Here's that magnet, and I'll put it right next to this one. He ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator. And he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy." Yep, every mother of a 2-year-old has said that. I guarantee. But at nighttime, when that 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of the bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And when she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. That little boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. And there's that magnet. He grew until he was 9 years old. And he never wanted to come in for dinner. And he never wanted to take a bath. And when Grandma came, when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. Yes, indeed, it is the same. Same picture. Okay, let's see what's next. But at nighttime, when he was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that 9-year-old boy and she rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes and he listened to strange music. Sometimes his mother felt like she was in the zoo. But at nighttime, when that teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, climbed across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked up that great big boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. That teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home, and he got a house across town. But sometimes, on dark nights, the mother got into her car and drove across town. If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. And if that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." I just wanted to see something. I thought I may have missed a magnet, but I think I'm good. Let's see. I think I did. Let's see. Okay. Well, that mother, she got older and older, and older and older, and still older and older. One day, she called up her son and said, "You'd better come see me because I'm very old and sick." So her son came to see her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing this song. She sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. The son went to his mother. He picked her up and he rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my mommy you'll be." When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked back and forth and back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Oh, I love that story so much. And this is the first time I ever read it without crying. Now, I think that this goes here. So this tells the story of Love You Forever in magnets. There are many ways to tell a story. We can use words. We can use pictures. We can use all kinds of symbols, like making a secret graph. We can use puzzles that have to be put together. I like those to make puzzle stories. But let's see. A mother comes home with her brand new baby. You guys, every time I read the story, I look at my fingernails. Right before I tell the story, I'm always digging in the plants. And maybe I should use my fingernail file to get the soil from under my fingers. But I always dig in the plants and then I read the stories. Sorry, guys. Back to focus. Back to the story. A mom comes home with her brand new baby. She rocks him back and forth, and she sings her song. The baby becomes 2 years old and lives up to the name Terrible Twos. The boy becomes 9 years old, and he learns how to say bad words when Grandma comes to visit. The boy becomes a teenager and has strange friends, listens to strange music, and wears strange clothing. The son grows up, moves out across town, gets his own house, and Mom decides she needs to go check on him. And if he's really asleep, she climbs into his bedroom window and rocks him just like she did when he was a newborn baby. Then the man gets a phone call from Mom and says, I'm old and you need to come pay a visit to me, which he did, and he rocked her because she'll always be his mommy. Then when he went home, he rocked his own baby the same way his mom used to rock him. And so we told this story. We read it in words, and now we read it in picture magnets. And now you have delayed taking your nap long enough. Grandma and Carol's going to take theirs. We'll do a Sunday with Judy sometime this week. We'll start reading a chapter a day. In the meanwhile, it is time for you to go take your nap.